John, you lost at the semi-final stage last year to Galway, and the minors, of course, didn't have a great day last Sunday, so Dublin shouldn't be lacking motivation this evening.
No, but I suppose irrespective of who you're playing, you just want to go out and play the game, and I suppose just take it game by game and play by play. And I don't think last Sunday has anything to do with it. I don't think last year has anything to do with it. Obviously, be a small little bit of a motivator maybe for some of the lads that were involved last year, but we've only 11 of last year's panel, so I think it'll be irrespective today.
You've had 3 or 4 very good wins, really, particularly against Wexford maybe, but the semi-final the last day, possibly not the best preparation for what's sure to be a physical match tonight.
No, but I mean, I suppose we expected a bigger challenge against Antrim and it didn't happen, but you can only play what's put up in front of you, and that's what we did on the day. And maybe we were a little bit tentative in the first half, but in the second half I thought we were a lot more cohesive, and we gave good ball into the forward, so we're hoping that some of that carries into today's game.
I'm sure you've watched the DVD of the Limerick-Galway match, so how would you assess the Limerick team and their strengths, or the Galway team rather?
I think they're a super team. I mean, you could see all over, and particularly their forwards. They have forwards with vast experience, so obviously we'll have to close them down, but at this stage of the game, I suppose we just have to focus on our own strengths and get our own heads right. And the lads are very relaxed coming down on the bus, and we had a good bit of a warm up there, so I think they're ready for road.
Anthony, a great win for you against Limerick the last day, but I suppose the full forward line, even though they weren't always playing inside, scored 3 points between them. So is that a worry for you coming into the final tonight?
I wouldn't say it's a worry. It's just sort of part of our game plan. We would be looking for probably more goals there tonight. I think we'd have to get a few to beat Dublin. But overall, we have to concentrate on our game, get that right. What happened the last days are great confidences, but it's nothing going to happen this evening. It's going to, all we'll be doing is hoping that we get the ball over the bar or the ball in the back of the net. Stuff we did the last evening isn't going to stand for you. This evening is this evening.
You mentioned goals. The Dublin defence has been outstanding so far this year, so how are you going to counteract that?
Well, we'll be hoping to a few tricks up our sleeves, but Dublin are a very good defence, pivoted by Liam Rush there at centre-back. But we've top-class forwards, so we're going to go and all out to win this match.
You came in relatively cold the last day, your first match against Limerick, but everybody knows how good the Galway team is now, so a different challenge maybe for you to prepare the team when they're maybe joint favourites, if not favourites.
Yeah, but I think, as you pointed out there, we have a lot to improve on as well. You'll get that with matches. You can work on stuff for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So we have worked on a lot of our points that we probably were weak on the last day. So we're looking for a big performance again. We'll need it.
Louis Brian and son in the Heshtana Tá.
And Liam Rush in Ankra agus in our Unspraide. Jab more Matali din of Nochtige, Beshagun and Niall Burke, before Shach Painter, the Nalif Sukhwa Sutcliffe, Hunishkir Fan and Chelva Vochen de Larna Park, Achta Tossahamaha, a gay black clear, even though Leshna Shincher gone out to shed Dara a Nocht, agus a Voiger Limnachs about the Lachanish, agus Ochter Tosno Nocht, a Hosek Sukhla Canish and Eric. Vinile Donahu Eraus or Father and Tran on a Derna Máidir seachtaíag atartha I gcuine limní, bhí Niall Burke mar dúirt ar aus ach a bhaid sé saoir nocht ó Liam Rush. Thugann captaín Barry Daly an haspánta sa tránóna an ghaile bhí gimmert ó hebh na láimh bhí clé mar a chéintse agus tá siad a gcóláil hena hénig go tunamó a lár na parke ach an ghaileh an ghae is siad a trast na parke dúis an sa chéad lech James Regan hena féin tre slíanam do hénig agus becheartcin nach paint an sannige agus anatha sach. Go dó ag an ghaileh an son James Regan in fear of Eilish na Shincher sa chréibh going to Fortlairige im líana fear náibh únta chafárá anna hidernach ach sin anatha sach den ghaileh an son paint sa chéad de second nú mar sin. Na Lorna Park Danny Sutcliffe did a gádacha orda hen taig taig Harn agus fearach ó anatha sach ar fadlis nimmer sa bhóta lechanis taig Harn le tarach faointí an nimmer agus tá ceanile facht an son an nochtige agus an ghaileh agus tinne ar chreiceanna acu sna neomatí luachasa. Conor Cooney lánta sí boca himach seo an chiadúnsaí I gé blaclia machchan sagadí Dara Plunkett nish fear na Shincher an trabúirtim líanaige nish buirtisteach an order fad ceann anna chain séireach ar fad an gúlbáide agus buil siad trasnán well beisitíige sé níos dearg agus cold of blaclia ag Tomás Conley well rudna ficadú ach go hanamh an slittar turling der an trasnán agus coolúntach.
Sé an dár hánig sé nós an sin agus prep sé an trasnán agus déirigh leis an cúlbáire a chur amach beagáin agus ach bhí Thomas Conley ag feitheadh leis. agus éirí sé a chríoch nó an sin.
Well, tána síte siúil chomaihan sa staid simple pat nadidir a díirech. Ige Kevin O'Loughlin an príomh nuascre go Blackley agus go dain féin a gréibh bhórd gáis fé bliana is fé bliana agus a chrunas léirithe an sonnaige.
Se bhúil sin ceann an a leidir go Joe agus sin in tros ceart chun iad a bhúla go háirithe nuair a bhíonn trónána gcuafar mar seo.
Dúirt go ben príomh nuascre tá héna fithe hochtaige agus chuir ceann le sin inis sa chuamh ar fad. Wel a bhúchan in ceann a bhóla. Ráfaointe de bhán a deir na fórne. Seoltasteach go háirn tá sé féinnig sásta leis ach tá sunmithe ar dheis agus ar fóraíl.
Ní bhíon pucks ar mar sin éasca a gá mar bith.
Chúil, suas an barc an ard lehan sanach Johnny Cohen. Bris a feite go siúd níis. Steach sa chúine, Barry Daly leistigh den lán chúlaí. An na ráidisteach é sin go Cohen. Daly níis fear ráid a chláirí na gáilisteach a drón chúil tá nile géir agus tá chosaint dianta. Níis tá an adóg séite agus tá puck éirice bránta gan maltóir itá.
Tá sé tiltte go maithaige freisin rinne sé an maith chun an ceannas fear áilir an lán chúlaí an sin. Gus tháinig sé seach cóngracht den líne agus tháinig an cúlbar amach go leidir ina chuine. Rinne ruis íirecht ar an slitter a gcuidúig a tháinig an cúlbar an sin amach. Jerry McManus tháinig sé amach go leidir ar.
Tiny bháin a déirthing Pat Nagar. Blackley a go díosá I geire a críomhe ach tá ceann chuir isteach an isis. Ísisiil a gcéthn agus tá sé cháú cháireach an son.
Orachar amach is amach bhúil sé go híonntach é. Ísisiil go leor ní raibh sé beidir a cuta fechar sin cúpla rí an talamh ach bhí sé an deachar an ceann sin a stoppáid. Dúireach bhfuil sé déanamh go amach go dtí seo ar aonnas.
Nis, mó a lár na parc a háir na techt. Trú nó ceathar timpplaire a chairíonn leis an cumán an luas go ar a Hanson agus David Glennon inis. Barry Daly a techt. Fág fumsa ar sa Glennon. Nis, take amach an ile a ausú ach chur ar fáilige chofad le James Regan a fuirin chiad scór an nacht agus Regan a chur sunnisteach chumá agus tá Bratbán á chárdach a stig obair yes.
Gan out David siad an ceann go maith bhí an ceann sin híos sa chúin agus ní a bhéon dain sé ann ach rinne siad go maith chun an tean sin a cruthú dóibh féin agus ag deir a bhair David le Regan an dar a chúlaí áil dó féin.
Blackley anna happa gur fad leis an boc amach. Tá McAvoy an baine stóir itá. Ganach cúla. Puck slesan sa de Blackley tamil á fórdir an scórnis séú nómat sin dénómat díirech. Agus tá ceann chuir amúige ach í sin seolta go deas idir na cualaí de Kevin O'Loughlin.
Bhí an ceann sanna te.
An sanna de húnas a get Jerry McManus. Mach go lár na parceach Niall Burke a feheh. Fachta mátá leistíir da. Johnny Cohen steach í háirn take tras an glíhanna agus í tamáinte ísisiil gíir a get taig háirn an son agus fémar hosig sa bhát le cheannis tá scóra maithaon gan versa.
Gan dáta sé háirn an fear tábhachtach na gaiilehí an nach ceapim tá gach cuma ar go bhfuil sé réag chun ard cheaspáanta a choristeach cúil agus gach bhfuilíon feite ge go dtí seo an cúil an bhuiile sé an sin an buile puoináis.
Mar sin seach nó mat dír goile mithe gluthe ceannis bhórd gáis na hirn fé bblion is fithe agus an cúlbáire an chuir díreach amach airis an de bblion.
Bhíon gine se.
Tá ag háirn mar sin ó chuman líamaí bhuiléasa. Óna dí a bethe gá bblion hin. De chréibh na hirns na miniúil. Ach an ceann sin seoltasteach a ríist agus stangul a gháich an chuir dheis. Tá ag háirn bóta a bháin eilin sa. Tá deis eile lici le srá agus seans go meisiad á gáisih son sa méid dear a dianta nes áman son aige Dean Kernan Council a chlána suas féin barc agus a ríist an brise titim a bhábhar Blackley an
Déirigh le cosantóirí Blackley a bhlacháil sios.
Mar sin an taction dianta aige Kevin O'Loughlin 3 scór aige siúd idir fad ó focan na saoire.
Go bhfuil siad a cruthú seans na dó féin ach níl siad a gréach nó.
Nis seolteach fan a talún an trosa patún agin lán chulaí Donoghue. Ian Dillon, Sheeran sa, Gyddi Niall McMorrow agus Butchdag siúd Harrison Trasnán. Point eile an immer go ach ní leras ach go bhatúna sin again Lán Hurling.
Ja, gan dát nó rinne sé an bhatóin hapig siidir an déis agus rinne McMorrow anha freibse slíháin agus an sin leim se sa slíile agus mód daimsí sé an sprochan sin cólín íontach.
Butú go maithríist ge Glennon san air sin cúpla ceann tóchas an air aige. Trastan Tugadí Bark. Seach in de feintíí an ládernach agus tá chiad ceann aimse he nocht aige. I gcuechan a súlan san chu Harrison Trasnánach sé Glennon an fearr.
Se gan dát sinne an dara thuir de Glennon brethir an slitar an sin, tá sé tar éis brethir cúpla céanna is agus iad go léir anna eála go jo.
Leis sin pucamach Barry Daly mó Lárna Parke fé láthair. Aharú dianta ge Anthony Cunningham and son, Johnny Cohen, amach a dro. Taig hardan sé David Burkenis and fear Lár Parke an lá tasí a láthair nóideach an Lán Chooley ach Lán a Darren Kelly de bhleach lia. Saul and so a dro Chevna Lachlan. Declan Conley mata a ríist. Harve ach na múl and son agus an stitter glantamach ge Ronan Burke. Anna gháil san air an son again Lán Chooley on Deville. Darren Kelly de bhleach lia agus well Callish Dianta go Hurling and son again McMorrow Stackedy Dillon took a talón béidir ach scuilte Harris again Multóir on relevant and agus an tailo on the Costa Houtlo scup chun Jason Grealish an Ardilo san Irons and a brisha facht ge Harner East David Burke Lash Digdach Harren Land of Vanin Land Hasbach agus time puck amach tóca Hannah Hennig agus Kintney had over sin.
Be Harren anna chríon an sin agus ní léon dát a go bhfuil Harren dain séireach agus an tús cortha leis an immertó a gcéad féchar seán is. Ní a bhéon dát in aigna go raibh se chuna ceann san na scóráil.
Halvan Gemach an Keen shots deach a draw Burke dianta go Hurling I get siúd anna obair ar fad I get Burke agus ní just as le pointe Stachan Tugadí Glennon tá cool I'm saying David Glennon ach David Burke Cadé mar obair dianta get siúd agus cadé mar skill.
Se gan dát rinne Burke an bhain sin agus deirí leis an fechan sin ar a hanig an slitar is teach. Bhí an chance beidir a cuiltí ag Glenamach ag deirí le Burke brethir agus fechar sin mar fes an sin de Glennon agus tá Glennon tá cuma dain séireach ar Glennon le tamalín an nús. Tá sé tar éis brethir cúpla crín ionach an sin agus binne cúla úntacht na Galway.
Ní sin ragrige Black Deer méid sin. Niall McMorrow fih le briseach sé Johnny Cohen a ghain an brise tá Cohen chuir siar mar sais sweeper again Galway and so láthar na huaide.
Ní sé effechtí mar a bhí sé sa cluiche le canis caiim sé rá.
Nish Maurice Davy Glennon is Shelva Clitter Bill O'Carlin son of Dirgy Vinta James Regan leis take isteach Dean Cornellar an Anig agus Caff Maurice tá a cool hen a Galway har a bheith town an Sonnestig agus ceann eile facht get James Regan and trasa tá David Burke leis ach tá Regan gafisteach ina anar chod nafisach agus cool eile aimse get James Regan KV a carne an lína lá tosig se lidiana.
Ní bheith chéine a gána is a bhar sin tar éis de fechar sin mar críoch anna leidir anna youngmhailtin sin ní raibh cool ina aigene ní raibh se sásta cool ina hógáile chur a bh bhés aige go raibh deisíonn tu aige.
Agus mar bhar gachtanas tá cárta le brunansa ar Bill O'Carroll.
Thug sé buile dó cart go leor. Roig sé carta buí.
Well, ráchúil méisteach na sáil ar a chéileann son agus carta buí fachta get Bill James Regan, David Glennon agus gan am de chéadcheann a get Taig Harnan Buck Éirice agus sé Harn fénig a chuirigh deire a déirting le cuasaí sa chéad leis leis an buc. So, fog chuig féidir is seaca. Seoltasteach aige agus tá sé sin chuir ar fóríl chuma an carúíireacht ar fóríl.
Second half is underway. Dublin need a really strong start to this second period if they're to find any way back into this under-21 decider. All very tight there at the middle of the park. Picked up by Rory Foy. Launches it into the corner. Davy Glennon, great take. Now can he score? Turns his marker and it's over the bar. Now just the start Dublin didn't want. Davy Glennon gathers. Floats it into the corner, over the cornerback's head. This is James Regan trying to gather. The Dublin defender recovers. Gives it away though. Picked up here by David Burke. Has loads of time to look at the post, and David Burke drills it over. All the breaks going Galway's way. That was Ronan Burke's clearance, only as far as Fionnán Clabby. Now he is support outside from Robbie McMahon. Running into trouble. Twists and turns. And sticks that one over the bar. Big point for Dublin. They needed that score. It's the second half sub. Robbie McMahon gets their second point from play in this match. Well, Dublin have never won an under-21 hurling championship. There was real hope that this could have been their year. Not looking likely now. Liam Rush is pumped up. Might work out here for them. This is the sub again, going for it. Well, great work from Robbie McMahon. But what a wonderful save from Jamie Ryan. Good break here for Davy Glennon. Running into the corner. Back there is Conor Goff. Still Davy Glennon. Oh, brilliant work by Davy Glennon. Well, that really is one of the scorers of this game. Made by and scored by this man, Davy Glennon. Persistence pays off. Galway lead, 3-12 to 1-9. Galway almost out of sight. 2 minutes to go. Great take out of the air. Can't hold on to it, but he was fouled. Great work by Bernard Burke. Winning the free in. So David Burke has taken over the free-taking duties, and David Burke raises another white flag. The referee looks at his watch, blows the final whistle. Galway are the champions. It's been quite a week for underage hurling in the West. Galway win the All-Ireland Under-21 Championship, a second championship title in a week. Not bad work. Final score, Galway 314, Dublin 110. That's 23 points to 13.
I'm delighted with the players, really. I mean, there's a huge amount of hard work given to us by the players, and a lot of hard work put in by our coaching staff, Tom Ellibert and Matty Kenny, and the guys worked extremely hard. We've been training since the 24th of May. It's hard to get it right, but you know, we had a young team last year, but they learned from that experience, and they kicked on. The hurt from this time last year was there, and we didn't talk about it much for the year at all. And you know, the lads really produced a top-class performance there. You know, worked physically very hard. You know, striking was brilliant there. Their work rate was very good, and you know, the scores there, the couple of goals before half time really set the marker, and that's what won it for us eventually. You know,
from start to finish, there was, in terms of commitment, there was no stone left unturned. You just went for it, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's the way it's gone. I mean, you saw last Sunday the senior final. You know, if you get the goals and you put guys away and you expose them, that's what we had worked on and pushed on, and the lads worked extremely hard. And you know, Dublin, you know, have had a great year, and hats off to them. Like the hurling in Dublin now it's great to see that in the capital there, and these guys will rise again. I've no doubt about that. And you know, I commiserated them tonight, but you know, it was our night tonight, and the lads deserve that.
Certainly was a great night for Galway hurling, but overall, Donald, the consensus seems to be it was a disappointing final.
Well, I suppose there was two great games. We said the Limerick Cork game was exceptional, and then Limerick Galway was another, right down to the wire game, right? So I suppose really people were expecting another thriller, but it petered out as a game, really. I suppose like Anthony Cunningham said it there, the 2 goals before half time really that set Galway in their way. But I think overall Galway were the smarter hurlers. They seemed to have a good plan, walked the ball to their good stickmen, and once they got that goal, that gave them a cushion 8 points up at half time.
Yeah. And that meant Galway dominated really for most of the game, Cyril. That big lead.
They're a good side. They would have won a minor All-Ireland with this present bunch and lost one by a point. And they get as many out of the losing team as the winning team. And they set a plan. They worked very hard during the summer. I saw them train quite a bit, and you could see that they were trying to create goal chances, and they're very physical. Now they played some great hurling here early on. Like these are in the cock great ball here. Here's a drive forward here, going up the whole length of the pitch. Gerard Halloran, high ball coming in. Like, and Gaul wouldn't be renowned for this type, but this is a wonderful catch here. Just little Davy Burke. Now, they did this all night. They switched Davy Burke and Barry Daly from full to centre field. Lovely little flick into David Lennon. They were shouting at the hole and take on the backs, go for goals. Like, this is a good goal. He doesn't go to tap it over. He could have tapped it over here, flicks it into David Lennon. David's a nice bit to do. David probably had the best game of his life. Brilliant hurler, kind of an instinctive hurler. You can't call him down to a kind of a special role. But here again, like another ball that Dublin now, their first touch was poor now. This is a great catch. Down the middle again, takes a good belt going through there, like, and sticks in. James Regan. A lot of these, as we on the senior panel, he took a good belt, but he went for the juggler when he caught that ball. And here again, this is Glennon, free spirit. Now, they were unhappy with him here for not taking his man on. He turns back eventually and taps out to Regan and puts it over. But they were still on to him that when he got 1-to-1. The manager would have preferred if he took the man on and go for broke. That's what they were at the whole night. And it worked for them. Like, their physicality was very good. They'd be very happy. But it just shows you what a year can... These guys played last year against Tipperary. And Anthony Cunningham was manager as well. And sure, they were nearly shot last year. Now they're on top of the world this year. So it just shows what can happen within a year. Like, hurling is a funny game.
Yeah, so is management, clearly.
Well, that's the man here beside us.
You mentioned there that Galway were more smarter, you felt, and more clever than Dublin. Where did Dublin fall down?
Well, I felt, first of all, that the Galway defence held them in a sort of a vice grip. But, you know, Dublin were a bit naive, Des, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, like John McManus, the goalkeeper here, left with no option but to clear it, right? That was a long ball in. There should have been support, right? You know, 20 metres away from him. Hit straight out to Ty Carn. Great point. And even the first point that Galway got after 10 seconds, you know, Galway weren't tuned, or Dublin weren't tuned in. Here we see Dean Curran, Bill O'Carroll, collision, simple task for Harden, just running in there, knocking the ball. That was, they didn't seem focused, their defence didn't seem focused, and, you know, even up front, you know, McMurrow got the only score point from play, right, and, you know, a better option might have been to knock it across there, right, okay, to across the middle. There was space there, but, you know, a little bit of naivety, and again, good work in midfield, and then suddenly, you know, ball into nothing. So I think where they needed to keep the ball in play and put pressure on Galway's defence, they just weren't able. And, you know, sub came on then, Robert Mann got a very good point, great shot there, Jimmy Ryan, excellent save. That probably made up for the howler in the first couple of minutes, the one that he batted out to Tomas Connolly to give Dublin their first goal. But overall, I think, you know, Galway deserved to win. Their defence was, you know, Niall Dunaway, I thought was exceptional full back, the two cornerbacks, Gerard Halloran, right, Declan Connolly, they knew how to play the full back line, and I think they won the physical battles as well. You know, Dublin are getting a bit of a reputation for, you know, lots of weight training, lots of, you know, physicality, but I think that Galway won that battle as well last night.
All right, so hands down victory. Well done to Galway in that.